Just makes it really picturesque. Get to sit here and watch the best game on the planet being played in one of the best countries on the planet. I've got to say, I'm loving my time in Spain here, Steph.
You can't beat it, can you? What a beautiful country, even at this time of year.
Yeah, I think any place where they give you free food.
Yeah, easily pleased.
That's right. Is the Fada team coming out?
They're led by the big man himself, Manjinder Lovely Singh. So he'll be looking to make contributions tonight. Shaky start to this tournament.
Spain.
Yeah, he seems to get lost in his passion for the ramp shot a little bit too often. Lovely Singh.
Sound of
Decided that he's going to try and get creative, but we'll be waiting for that later because he is marshalling his troops out there on the field.
That's right. Umpires for this first game are going to be Muhammad Adnan and Jamil Khan. So all the best of the men in black out there, rugged up with those neck warmers on.
Yep. Here come the men in black. And just like you said, out there, making sure everybody is in the right spot. And he asks the batters, do you want to play some cricket? And they say yes. And he asks the fielders, do you want to play some cricket? So that's what we're going to be doing. As we just see who's taking the new ball there.
It's going to be a really interesting competition. You know, both of these teams really need a win. Sort of languishing down the bottom of the table at the moment.
Yeah, here at Sabadell, they pulled off that pretty remarkable victory against the Tigers, I believe it was, or was the Catalonia Cricket Club. But beyond that, they haven't really challenged too many.
Big chance for them tonight to start their march up the table. Conditions are pretty difficult out there. It is very windy and it is quite cold, and as you mentioned, Joe, in the intro, there's been patches of rain around this afternoon. I mean, I think the outfield looks pretty good. It's not soaked up or anything, so we're still set for a really good night's cricket.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly are. We know from previous evenings that a little bit of rain won't stop us. We're ready for the first ball. Here we go. Game 17 starts with a pretty regulation wide, just swinging outside off, not in the tram lines at all. It's Nagman Hussain bowling. He's taken the new ball. Bowling, of course, to Shahzad, and then the man himself, Al-Haq. We can expect to see him contributing, but on that occasion, it's Shahzad just having a big swipe off the back foot at a delivery that was lifting on him, carrying through to the keeper.
A good ball. We've been talking about it a lot this tournament, but it's really interesting to see the extra bounce that comes off this wicket. The ball gets big on the batsman a lot of the time. Hard to judge.
Yeah, sure does in this time. Well, it was there for the driving, but just not quite getting to the pitch of it, so another dot ball.
I've said this before as well, but how crucial is catching going to be for this Fateh team? We saw them put down about 10 catches in their last match.
Yeah, that's right. They sure did. They really let it get to them a little bit as well, compounding each drop catch. That one, a good ball angling in this time. So deceiving him with the away movement and then putting one more in close towards the off stump. Another big drive and a miss from Shahzad. So a good opening over here, bar that one wide.
He's got his line and length sorted out in his last few balls.
Yeah, just once again, well, that was a beautiful delivery again. Coming in over the wicket and tempting the batter by putting in a nice spot outside the off stump and moving it away from him. So another dot ball.
Really nice shape there from the bowler. Does look like the ball will move around a bit again tonight.
Yeah, it is what we've been saying, a little bit moist, humidity around 50%. That one just getting it a bit wrong, and that was too wide, says the umpire. You're going to have to bowl that again.
It is hooping though, isn't it?
Sure is getting some shape.
Isn't it? languishing with 3 losses at the very bottom of the table. Huge night for them here.
And like we've said so often, it's going to be these sundries that could do the damage if they don't rein them in. They're going to have a double digits extra to chase down when it comes time for it.
Not helping themselves with those ones. Just free runs at this stage as well. At the early stage, it releases the pressure so quickly.
Oh, it's much better. It pops up in the air, but a little short cover where the man cannot reach it. So they do manage to get the first run off the bat, and yeah, you're absolutely right. It's such a disservice to all the other deliveries he's bowled, which have been good. He's bowled those 3 which have had the batter swinging and missing, but then just let the pressure off with each wide to follow it. So he'll get a chance now against Anwar Al-Haq, who's come on to strike.
Yeah, it just wastes the dot balls. Wastes the good balls, doesn't it? When you give a couple of dot balls and then just give him a couple of extras.
Oh, and that's a good one, just angling down the leg side, hitting him on the inner thigh. As Al-Haq tries a big hoist over mid-wicket. Is that Al-Haq? Yeah, it is.
So, end of the first is 4 for no loss. So, even though he bowled a couple of those extras, he's still a good start. 4 runs off and over in a T10 is always a good over.
Yeah, the batters haven't looked at all threatening.
They're just taking their time. But you can't take too long in this form of the game.
That's already 10% done, their innings. As the ball will be taken. Is that run deep, maybe?
I think it's off for Islam.
Oh, yeah. You're right, Seth.
Yeah, it's going to be Sophical Islam to take the second over. And he's bowled reasonably well in this tournament so far.
And that one just short and lifted up over the infield, so the first big hit of the evening. It's not going to make it to the fence though, as it is gathered pretty ably, and they come back for 2 runs.
Yeah, first sign of intent there from the batter. Not a bad ball, just a little bit of width, a little bit short. Punched it for 2.
So in he comes, Islam, Polly's second delivery, and that one is in a good channel, just inside the tram lines. Big swing and a miss there from Shazad. As we get a little birdie tapping on our commentary car window. That's Brian Caldwell when he's coming out of the cold. You can't come in, Brian, sorry.
Yeah.
Islam in now. That one's just dropping it short of a length, but no movement away, so mixing it up a little bit and keeping the batter questioning each and every delivery so far. Islam.
Risky shots there. I always thought if that sort of area is just outside the off stump short, get a big step across and hit it onto the leg side. Just trying to work it, find the offside. I think it's just risky as easily could catch the edge.
Oh, he's hit this one straight. And that is gonna
straight
go
past
far.
us. There we are in the commentary car. I'm waving hello, you can see. Yeah, it's a good shot. Again, there you go. It's a bit kind of like what I said, but it's short and wide, outside off, and he's just played the old straight pull. And that's the first boundary.
Yeah, and that'll help release a bit of the pressure on them. So it's finally getting going now. Shazad, I feel he's going to want another one of those. This one full of slower ball and looking for that drive. Probably didn't get his line quite right, but the big swipe at it almost induced the edge, as it is, through to the keeper for no run.
Pretty good variation there, just but it was nowhere near it. So a crucial dot ball.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Certainly seemed to deceive him with the change of pace. Last ball of the over, it just jumps up and a big cross-batted swipe at it, takes it off the splice of the bat, running down to cover, and they take 1 run. So that's the end of the second over, excuse me. The score is 11 for the loss of 0 wickets.
Pretty slow start for Hira Sabadell.
Excuse me, it is 10 for the loss of 0 wickets. They didn't take a run by the looks of it.
Well, even slower start then. 10 for no loss after 2. They really want to have a big over in this one and make the power play worth it.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen that a little bit. Some of the better teams can afford to go a bit slower in the power play when they've got some quality in the middle order that can find the gaps, but I think these two teams, they're quite evenly matched. Hira Sabadell do have that one victory. It was against the Warriors, who we know are probably not the strongest team in this tournament. It's going to be now Rundeep, is it? Yeah, Rundeep Singh.
Boy,
That one moved.
that's oh god! The batter's just convinced the umpire to call that a wide.
Yeah, he didn't seem to think it was.
Let's have another look at it. I don't think it was.
Moves it.
It's not a wide. It's a tough one because it does swing a long way, but as it goes past the popping crease, it's inside that line. Difficult for the umpire though.
Even more for the batter, seeing that happening. Oh, that one, well, he's got an edge there, but that would have been a wide. The fielder at backward at point does pretty well to get a mitt to it and stop it running away to the boundary, so they take 1 run. Al-Haq off the mark.
That's a big swinging ball though, isn't it, Joe? That's the biggest swing I've seen so far in this tournament. It's hooping shape.
Yeah.
So good signs for the bowler if he can control it, of course.
Yeah, and then followed up with maybe an off cutter. And just moving it again, so really tempting that edge, isn't he?
He sure is. He just needs to straighten that line, but they do have some catches there for that edge. They've got a floating slip quite deep, and they've got a sort of a deep gully. So they do have a couple of men there who are ready for that catch. They've also got a point. He just needs to straighten his line a little bit there. If he can start that ball on middle stump, I think that'll be a perfect area.
And that one's the straighter one. That is driven pretty well down to mid-off. They'll take 1 run. Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see them having a plan and trying to stick to it. Randeep Singh, of course, captaining this fatter unit tonight. So
Interesting. Randeep Singh captaining. So I wonder what's happened to Lovely Singh. Maybe he's decided I'm not playing as well as I could be. I need to release the pressure of captaincy.
yeah, well, that one's short, and he's pulled it away. It's going to go past the fielders there. It might make it to the fence unless they are quick enough, and a very good job there. That was fantastic work.
Excellent fielding.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. So this outfield isn't the quickest that it's been in this tournament, given the bit of rain that we've had over the last 24 hours. Phil Foster in the chat reckons the umpire needs spec savers.
Come on, Phil.
Yeah, well, that's one of the... No, it was. That one is a big swing and miss, so a dot ball. Good response by Randeep. It's one of the best jokes in Australian rules football that the umpires are sponsored by OPSM, one of the big glasses spectacle companies. So could be looking at a chance there for ECN. Get Specsavers sponsoring these umpires.
Last ball of the power play here. Oh, it's a good ball.
Great ball. He reckons he's got an edge, but the umpire remains unconvinced and unmoved. So that's the end of the power play, end of the third. Randeep Singh, he's gone for 5 off his first over. And Hira Sabadell are on 15 for nothing after 3.
Yeah, they're going to call it, yeah. Yep, so that's a good power play for Fate. Really well done. Let's have a look at the urban development chart here. Pretty consistent from Sabadell, but they're not really going at any kind of serious rate.
No, that's right.
And then what they have done is managed to not lose any wickets, and that's always very important. But 15 after the power play is really below par.
Yeah, it really is, and been aided by those sundries so far as well.
Yeah, it must only be about 10 off the bat.
Yeah, there's been 4 extras so far. Just waiting for the technology to update. Yeah, 4 wides they've bowled, so I want to keep those up, or else even more damage will be done, as it looks like a Nagman Hussain will come back to finish his spell. So That's the end of the power play as the umpire is signalling. They've done here, still keeping a pretty attacking field. Those an offside region behind the bat. There's kind of short third man, backward point and a point, and a man at short cover. So still looking for catch on the offside, but he's drifted too straight there. It's been taken pretty nicely off the pads. Didn't quite get hold of it, so it just runs down a 2 square leg and they take a run.
What's that men out? They've got the deep third man as well. They've got a deep fine leg, and they've got a deep square leg. But mid on is up, and they've got a long off.
And that one's short and really nicely pulled down behind square leg. That's found the gap and found the boundary. So a good 4 there to Al Haq, and that will get his confidence up and about.
Good shot.
Great shot.
It's a bit undisciplined bowling. Just short on the leg side. It's the exact ball you don't want to be bowling to a good batter. So a crucial boundary for Sabadell here. They really needed that. Just break the shackles a little bit.
I know when he's got the top edge, and there's a man there behind the stumps, but lovely seeing
again. Hasn't even gone for it.
No, he didn't. He seems to keep spiralling in the air over his head. Bounces across the rope for a 4. Not convincing, but take it anyway they come.
Oh, I feel like he could have thrown a hand out at that, yeah. So 2 boundaries in a row, and here is Sabadella off, making up for that bit of a lackluster power play with 2 boundaries in the 4th. So already a good over for them.
Big slow ball, driven nicely. It was a bit too full. But only as far as the man at long off, so 1 more to the total. And it's all pretty just steady pace here at the moment. Here is Sabadell, haven't lost a wicket yet, but they're certainly not lighting the fuses of any fireworks. And it's got the edge and could have been caught, just evades the keeper's gloves. Lovely Singh gets a hand to it this time and picks it up, prevents the boundary, but that was certainly a half chance. Maybe even a full one.
I think you've got to put that down as a proper chance. The keeper could have got there. I mean, it would have been a good grab. It's a tough chance. But when Sabadell lost no wickets, it's one of those ones. You'd love to take it.
Attacking the pads now, but it's been lifted up by Al Haq, and has beaten the fielder at backward square leg as well. So he's picked up consecutive boundaries now.
Yeah, it's Big Dave out there.
Big Dave.
Oh, he could have had that too. He just misjudged it.
Yeah.
It's a good shot, to be fair. So after 4 overs, here is Sabadell, 30 for the loss of no wicket. They've started to tick up the run rate to 7.5 and over. You can tell us all about your thoughts on the cricket tonight in our live chat, European Cricket Network on YouTube. We love hearing from you, so don't be shy. Get in there and let's have a chat together.
Yeah, there seems to be a bit of tension in there at the moment. MD Rafiq just reminding everyone to relax.
The thing that's in Hira Sabadell's favour at the moment is they haven't lost any wickets, and we've said it before, if you can get up to sort of 6 or 7 overs without losing any wickets, or maybe even 1 wicket, then it sets you up with a really good base to be really aggressive in those last 3 or 4 overs. So although they haven't made a huge contribution onto the scoreboard yet, I think they feel like they're in a decent position.
Yeah, that's a really good shout, Steph. We've seen teams be able to really accelerate and go up a couple of gears in that position, so let's see if they can do it. 5th over about to begin, and it's going to be Sahel Mohammed to bowl it. Saqib Mohammed, excuse me. Wicketkeeper Jubed Mia coming up to the stumps. That one just a bit short. It did turn a little bit, but it was well pulled away behind square. So 1 run to start the over.
Not a bad start from Mohammed. This will be a big over. I think Sabadell will be looking for at least 2 boundaries in this over.
Just the arm ball, which catches the top edge and almost carries to the man there. Holding at square leg, mid wicket. And that's just, did they take a run there, Steph?
Yeah,
I believe they did. So it's still Al Haq on strike, so don't think they did, because that one is lifted away. And that time they do take a run. It's all pretty subdued stuff, isn't it? Not really able to get Mohammed away yet in this over so far. Expect he will try to use the drift and the wind. See the wind there, making just exactly that. He reckons he's got an edge. Umpire
giving him
agrees. So there we go. That's some good bowling from Saqib Mohammed. He tried the arm ball and followed it up with one that just kind of lifted a little bit, drifted up and then turned away, catching that edge as well. Good bowling. First wicket falls for Hero Sabadell.
Handy glove work as well from Jubird Mir behind the stumps. Clean catch. I mean, I think he did look like he got something on it. The batter doesn't look too dismayed by it, so he was happy to turn and go. So that's the first breakthrough for the Fateh Cricket Club.
Yeah, we've seen how important it can be to have a third, that kind of first change bowler come in and not only do a constricting job but pick up wickets. It seems to me that the teams that have that bowler, then they're really sort of getting on top early.
Absolutely, absolutely, it's key. And I mean, we were just saying they haven't lost any wickets, so they're in a decent position. But if they lose a couple of quick ones now, then that position looks a lot less desirable.
Yeah, absolutely. As Sufyan Ansar comes out, he's leading their rankings on the fantasy dashboard.
And even still, if you look at that, even if they go at 11 runs and over, they're only going to end up on 89. So it doesn't look like they're going to get a huge score here. So it could be a big chance for Fateh to win their first game, but only time will tell.
So once again drifting that up and a little bit fuller as well, so just forcing that defensive stroke on the offside for no run. A little bit of a sighter for Ansar.
It's a really good ball, especially to a new batter first up, and well played too. Nothing silly, just sensible batting here.
This one turning away as well. He's called it a wide, just spun away from the bat, and umpire thinks it was beyond the terms of limitation of those tram lines.
Being pretty on top of those wides today. As long as it's consistent.
Yeah, that one goes a bit straighter and gets a bit of bounce as well, so nice bit of variation.
Sensational over from Saqib Mohammed. 1 for 3, and at the end of 5, 33 for 1 is the score. So Fateh right on top here. They just need to keep tightening those screws and just choking it. As we have a look at the batting scorecard, you can see Shanawaz Shahzad started reasonably well, 11 off 17, so he chewed up a few balls. But Anwar Al-Haq, he's the key man at the moment. He's on 17 off 11, and so they'll be looking for something big from him. Sufyan Ansar's just come in. He's yet to score off 2 balls.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was such a good responsive over to Anwar Al-Haq, starting to try to hit out a little bit the over before, and that one just reined them right back in, didn't it?
Sure did. They're gonna have to start going some now here at Sabadell.
Yeah, got a feeling we've seen.
It's going to be Lovely Singh to take the ball, which I always love seeing Lovely Singh play. He's a real competitor and he loves the game so much. So here we go, Lovely Singh.
Gets it a bit too short and it's been pulled away, but doesn't get quite hold of it. So it will be collected there.
Oi.
A little bit of a
bit of gymnastics.
Overbalancing. Out there by Nabil Kaiser, the Emperor, we call him.
Yeah, it's interesting that Lovely Singh's not captaining today. I mean, he's their natural captain. He's always their captain. So I wonder what's happened there.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to concentrate on his batting, as that one is once again just too short, but they're not getting a hold of him. You feel like those balls, they're there for putting away.
It'd be interesting to know whether he has decided that he doesn't want a captain, or it's been the team that said maybe we should try somebody else. Nonetheless, he's still playing and he's got the ball in his hand right now.
Well, that one, he just gets a bit wide.
It's a pretty tough call, I think, with the wide. It's out there, but remember, it's about where it goes past the popping crease, not the where the wickets are. So jury's out on that, but they are being consistent with it, and that's the main thing.
Yeah, indeed, and that's the most important thing. There's that one right in at the stumps, and he's just getting a lot of lift on it. He's a tall man, and that turned into a bit of a short ball that's pulled away behind leg. Pretty subdued fashion, though. It's not quite dominating any of these bowlers at the moment. These Hero Sabadell batters.
They're finding it hard to get him away, which is interesting because he's not bowling particularly quick and he's bowling quite short. So these are opportunities to hit boundaries. They're not taking them at the moment.
It's a bit better, a bit fuller, but still smacked away. Yeah, I wonder why they're just not getting a hold of them.
Perhaps it's a plan from Lovely Singh because they do have a lot of protection out on the leg side boundary. They've got that deep backward square leg, they've got a deep mid wicket, and they've got a long on, a wideish long on. So they do have the protection out there, so perhaps that's why he's going there.
And just once again right on the stumps. And just still playing that cross bat. And Shajil Kaiser there. He manages to recover from losing the ball quickly, has it back in, and they pick up the 2 runs, was it? Just the one.
The one, yeah. So good start from Lovely Singh here. Only gone for 6, just about to finish his first over. So perhaps relinquishing the captaincy from this game was a good decision. Take the pressure off him a little bit.
Yeah. Good vote of confidence as well from his current captain, Randeep Singh, just to give him the ball and give him this job in the important middle over. I thought it was going for a wide, but it just straightened a little bit and pops up. You can see that bounce. The tall players like Lovely Singh, they really can get some good bounce on this pitch. As that 6 over comes to a close, he's only gone for the 6 runs. Lovely Singh, and so Hero Sabadell at 39 for 1.
Starting to get a little bit of pressure building on Sabadell here. Having a look at the bowling scorecard, and you can see it's been pretty tight. Nagman Hussain went for 9.5 off his 2, but the rest of them 6, 5, 3 and 6, so really good bowling.
Yeah, and we can expect.
Fate.
Yeah, and all of them have pitched in, and now 4 out of those 5 get another over.
And they've only bowled 6 wides as well, which is pretty good for them at this stage. I remember in that last game they bowled something upwards of 15 wides.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
really helping themselves there.
This one is a top edge, going straight up in the air, and Lovely Singh, is it? No, it is not him, but the fielder who did come down, unfortunately, Scotty. Yeah, it is Randeep, so the new skipper, I'd be disappointed with that.
He's just stepping into the old skipper's job. Is what Lovely Singh dropped 4 catches the other night. So
well, they say the skipper sets the tone in the field, but I think they want to sing a different tune to what they did the other night.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones again. An easy catch goes down.
Well, this one turned an absolute mile, and
why is he appealing to square leg umpire?
Yeah, he's not the one making the decisions there. Jubed.
Look, this one really rags though, doesn't it? Look at that.
Rips.
Good glove work. Maybe he's just excited with his glove work.
Pretty happy he took it.
Yeah.
He gets another edge. He gets an edge there. It doesn't quite carry down to the short third man. They scramble through for 1.
It's good bowling, isn't it?
Yeah, really great bowling. And just tight. So 3 deliveries, and he's only going for the 1 more in this over.
Yeah, this is a really good spell at this point.
Yeah.
Just 5 runs off at 1.5 overs bowled.
Takes a bit of turn. He's hit that obviously as well. It's not going to carry on the full to Nagman Hussain down there. So they get 1 more, and yeah, this is just great containment bowling.
I'm really impressed by how they've been bowling. They're bowling really tight, and the Sabadell batters just can't seem to get them away at all.
Yeah, it's almost how you would bowl if you were defending a low score.
Yeah,
it's kind of the pitches that they've put in place, as that one's found the gap. And it's going to take some work from Nugman, and he does it with his left foot. And all the cricket coaches out there cringe as they watch that one. Did the job though, and has it back in and keeps them to just the 1. 2 runs, yeah.
really tight bowling. You'd have to, if you're a Rundip Singh right now and the Fateh boys, you'd be pretty up and about thinking that you're in a good position in this game. But the thing with Fateh is you never know what you're going to get. So it doesn't even matter where Hira Sabadell make. It's still going to be interesting to watch Fateh go about chasing it.
Yeah, that's right. This one angling a little bit more in towards legs and still turning it away a bit. So dealing in singles and twos at the moment. Hira Sabadell.
That's a really good spell. Saqib Mohammed, take a bow. Great bowling. He's gone for 9 off his 2 overs. So really good economy. He's also taken a wicket. So that's going to be the end of the 7th. It's 45 for 1. Having a look tomorrow at the Vancouver European Cricket Series in Cyprus. Match 9 and 10 are going to be the Black Caps versus Limassol Zalmi. And then after that, match 11 and 12 is the Nicosia Fighters versus the Cyprus Eagles. Catch that at 6:30 AM GMT, 7:30 AM Central European Time, and midday in India.
Yeah, it should be a great couple of matches. Those first two, the Black Caps, they're a really strong unit, and Limassol's Army today, they made a real statement. Some great work by one of their batters, Javad Umar. Made it 78 in very, very short fashion as Lovely Singh comes on. And this is a good move. Just rinse and repeat what they've done. He's bowling his second. And once again, looking for that shorter ball for the catching opportunity down there. And deep mid-wicket. Doesn't quite. So whether they're responding to this short bowling by just pulling back on their shots a little bit to not be caught, I feel like they should be trying to clear the rope.
I was just about to say that, Joe. I mean, we're into the 8th over here. They need to start looking at clearing the rope, even though they do have the fielders back.
Oh, he's bowled him. That's what he tried to do, but this one starting a little bit outside off and moving into the batter, playing across the line, takes out his middle and off stump, and that is the end of Anwar Al-Haq.
Well done, Lovely Singh. You just see it again. It's just a full and straight one. It just comes back a little bit. It's a top of off. Any pace bowler wants to see that, knocking over off stump. So good work from Lovely Singh. He's been bowling a little bit short, but he's just thrown the fuller one in there. And you've seen the batter's eyes light up.
Maybe he's released from the captaincy, the burdens of captaincy, and just playing free-spirited cricket.
Yeah, I think Sabadell are in a bit of trouble now. That was Al-Haq who made 23 off 18 and was their main contributor. So somebody needs to step up for Hira Sabadell now, take them home, and get a defendable total on the board.
Yeah, Singh putting that one up again, and that's been driven straight down the ground, right up in the air. It's coming down with interest and cannot be taken by the fielder out there. So letting themselves down in the field. They could have had 2 more wickets than what they've got because they've dropped 2 catches. And yeah, it's a really good piece of work by Fateh, but like you said, you never know what you're going to get with them. The scores they've put on so far in this tournament, 90 they made against Falco as Lovely Singh comes in. And that one's been hit straight up in the air and has been taken. Lovely Singh, well,
there he
let
is.
go of the captaincy, but don't let go of that ball because he has finally hung on to one. And that's how you do it, lads. Run deep. That's how you hold on to one.
He looks like a new man.
Yeah, he picks up a wicket. Yeah, he's released from the burdens of captaincy, I think.
So that was Abid Shahzad, who was in for only a couple of balls. Little cameo from him, but he has to go now. So a Lovely Singh. He dropped about 4 or 5 catches the other night, so really good work from him. Not an easy catch. The batter's running in your line as well, so we had to adjust for that. But it's that short line again. They just don't seem to be able to pick it up and do anything meaningful with it. So he just skied that straight up, and Lovely Singh takes an easy catch.
Lovely work by Lovely.
Yeah, and you got to say, look at these figures. He's got 2 for 9. He's got 2 balls left in his spell, and really impressed with Lovely Singh. As you've said, I think relinquishing the captaincy has freed up a bit of room for him to just concentrate on his cricket. And the new batter is going to be Mahmood Akhtar.
No, just on what Fateh have done. So 96 they made, or 90 against Falco. They only made 45 against Catalonian Tigers. There's that one from Lovely Singh. He's asking the question, but I think going down leg.
Umpire had a look, didn't he?
Is he going to call leg buys, or does he think...
They didn't run at it. Did they run? No, they didn't get one.
Let's have a look. That's a great question. That
That's
looked
a
like it
good
was
shout.
cannoning into middle and leg.
It's a good shout, maybe height. So there is a little bit of doubt there, but it was definitely a good shout.
I'm right on the stumps
there
again.
it is.
Well, repeat, rinse and repeat. Lovely Singh, you have done such a great job for your team. You can take a bow. because he's picked up 3 for 9 off his 2 overs and put his team in a very, very dominant position.
Man, Jinder, lovely seeing. He may have relinquished the captaincy, but he's still playing like a captain. Great leadership. Look at this. It's just that kind of short of it. Batter's played all around it, and again, it's just hit the top of off stump. So lovely seeing, having a day out at the moment.
He sure is. I reckon he'll be looking forward to opening the batting.
Look at that, 3 for 9 off his 2. Sensational work. And after 8, here is Sabadell languishing, 48 for 4, going at a meagre 6 per over. So they need something special, Joe.
Yeah, they sure do. They have only picked up the 1 win.
Look who it is.
So
Look
far.
who's coming out.
The cross-handed bandit.
The cross-handed bandit. If there's
is.
one person who can whack the ball and get him up to a reasonable total, it's him.
Yeah, have a look at the worm there and just not even breaching the 50 for the team yet.
They just never really got going in this inning so far.
No, and it wasn't necessarily wickets, was it? It was just some good tight bowling.
That's right.
As Sofiqul Islam comes back to finish his spell. Starts with a nice ball outside off. It's been in the air and it was a catching chance. Unfortunately, Hargareet Singh, well, he is continuing this pretty poor trend for Fateh. They've now put down 3 catches. At least 4 actually. Might even be. So another chance goes begging, but only the 1 run taken off it.
And that's the key, isn't it? Just the singles.
2 runs.
2 runs.
Off it,
Well,
yeah.
even just 1s or 2s. There's been a distinct lack of boundaries in this innings.
And the slow ball, he's hit that one straight. It's gone right up in the
gone
air.
straight
There's a man
up.
coming around. Is he going to get there? No, he gets lost in the...
Oh, it could be a run out. It is going to be a run out.
Great work.
Sensational fielding. Good awareness from the fielder there.
Well, I was going to say it got lost in the Bermuda Triangle of confused fielders, but one of those fielders was not confused, knew exactly what he was doing. That was, of course, fantastic work by Saqib Muhammad, running in, gathered it, threw it to the right end, the keeper's end, who whipped off the bails. And Anwar, he's gone.
Really good awareness
Thumbs
from
up. Yeah.
Saqib Muhammad there. You can see it here. This goes a long way up in the air. It's a slower ball. He's just got right up and under it. No one really wanted the catch. 3 people were converging on it. And then Saqib Muhammad picks it up and just into Jubir Mia's gloves, and he whips off the bails. He's got a good angle here. You see him coming in, picks it up with one hand. Oh, look at that. That's sensational stuff. Fateh looking much more impressive today. They're playing much more like a unit.
Yeah.
They seem to be backing each other up a lot more. So impressive work from them.
Yeah, a bit more up and about. That's great, isn't it? Great to see that one-handed pickup. And I'll tell you what, the cross-handed bandit, he was running like anything to get back for that second. He also could have been caught short with that good pickup, but it was a good choice to go to the end of the batter, who was definitely trying to make up more ground. So really smart cricket, and they just seem to be thinking about things a bit more.
Exactly. I think they're just a little bit more calm and collected in this game. A lot of the time you'd see the Fateh team blaze away if they have that kind of opportunity and throw it over the keeper's head or something. So Sofiqul Islam, very wide ball. There's no doubt about that one. That is a wide.
Yeah, that was definitely a wide. 100%. Sofiqul Islam. Also not too bad, his figures there. 9 for 10 off 1.2.
And all the figures are pretty good. They've been all going at a good economy rate.
This one took a bit of pace off it, so not hit too cleanly, but just once again, just good defensive.
Another mix-up.
Good defensive work. Not really looking for the catch, they're just looking to restrict, and they're doing a fine job of it. Only 1.5 overs left, and here is Sabadell are only on 53.
A huge chance for Fateh now. Huge chance for them to win their first game. We're going to see the cross-hand bandit. Almost looks like looks like he's facing up towards the keeper,
It
isn't
really
it?
does, yeah.
When he puts his bat down.
As left-handers,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that one is a big flail and lucky not to catch the edge. I'll tell you what, I was actually thinking about him yesterday and kind of imagining holding the bat like that and how you would play a drive it's really interesting stuff. And one of my favourite things about European cricket is we get to see the diversity of techniques and styles coming from all over the world, really.
Absolutely.
This one from Islam, it's a slow ball, it catches the edge and trickles it down to third man for a single.
Yeah, it's it's a good point you make. The diversity and the different ways that people play. One of my favourite moments in my Europe ECN history is umpiring at the ECC. I think he was playing for Sweden, and there's a spinner. Not sure if you saw it, but he bowls right arm off spin and left arm off spin, depending if he's bowling to a right hander or a left hander. He's a really good bowler as well with both arms.
Just wonderful. How do you mark that on the screen?
Yeah.
And that's attacking the stumps, and looked like it was going to cannon into him, but gets the leading edge. It once again down to third man, so another single, and that's all they're dealing with at the moment is that ninth penultimate over comes to a close, 55 for 5, which is a fantastic score to be reading out here at the Ibrahim Vidura's cricket ground. 5 for 55.
5 for 55, just not enough yet, is it? I mean, even if they get 20 off this over, they've only got 75. So you'd say here at Sabadell have got a lot of work to do.
They've really tightened up. We said earlier after a couple of, in the power play they bowled 4 wides, and since then they've only bowled 2 more.
And it just makes such a big difference,
Huge
doesn't it?
difference.
You can really see how much difference it makes. It builds pressure. Just he's going to be Roundip Singh to bowl the last over.
Starts well as well, putting it on a pretty good line and just short of a length, but getting that carry through to the keeper. I think there is quite a bit of moisture on this pitch.
The Fate bowlers have been quite disciplined with that line, haven't they? They've bowled that outside off line pretty much the whole game. And there you go, just
might have gotten, no, he's been called a wide. Thought I heard something. Just got that one wrong, yeah. Good commentating, good commentary curse.
and I've got it completely down pat. Every time I say something, the game proves to be wrong.
Like I said, with great power comes great responsibility, Steph.
No, but they have been good. They've been good. They've kept that kind of short of a length, 5th, 6th stump line outside off, and it's working for them. Sabadell haven't been able to get him away at all.
And he's got that line again. Maybe just coming back into the batter. He's hit it right up in the air. It's been really well taken. Great work there by Nagman Hussain. The Nag man takes a good safe catch out in the deep, and another Hero Sabadell batter has to walk back to the shed.
Good catch out in the deep. You see, he gets quite a lot of it. He's never going for 6. He's on the move. It's not an easy catch, that.
Felt like the cleanest hit that we've seen from Hero Sabadell so far. It didn't carry that far. It was caught, obviously, but it did seem to come off the bat pretty nicely. He just found the fielder.
It's the right idea. Just didn't quite get enough of it.
It was the right idea about 3 overs ago.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So this is going to be Ansar Akil. He's going to join the cross-handed bandit, Bakhtiar Khalid, at the crease now. So he's got 4 balls. They've got 4 balls. Let's see what they can do. They need at least 2 or 3 boundaries.
And that has been hit cleanly. That is going all the way up and away into the school next door. That's a big 6. Ansar, well, is he the answer?
They've left it late, but better late than never. So it's a good shot. Just takes it from that line we were talking about outside off and just hits it over cow corner. But a clean hit. But I think you just feel too little too late. I mean, I think that's the first maximal of the innings.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, they're very unlikely to get, you know, if they get above 70 here, they're doing well. With 3 deliveries left. What's Randeep got? He puts on that line again, but that is once again hit straight up in the air. It just falls short. Might have just got a hand to it. Was a catching chance. Difficult one though. And they're running for as many as they can. Overthrows.
Running himself out now.
Yes. Oh, so. Well, Khalid, cross-handed bandit, doesn't get to fire a shot because after being there for 1 run out, he is there for another, his own, and he's walking back to the shed.
He wanted the strike there, didn't he?
Yeah.
You could see there's never a run there. But he runs the first one hard. I'd love to see it. He comes back, runs the second one hard. The ball comes through, and he just goes off. He wants the strike, and there's just never a run there. It's either him getting run out or his partner getting run out at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, no, don't quite know what was going through his mind there, except what you said, Steph. Just wanted to farm the strike a little bit for himself.
Yeah, it's going to be Adnan Abbas to go to the non-strikers end. 3 balls to go. It's a good ball.
Great ball. Randeep Singh. And he's done pretty well. 1 for 14 with 1 delivery left in his spell. That's also a captain's performance. Yeah, I can't wait to see Adnan Abbas with the ball. He's really coming along. Been one of the more consistent performers. So he might have found an edge. It was a good ball again to play to him rather than anything else, and that's the end of it. So they're 10 overs. They didn't breach that 70 mark. 67 is it in total? They've put on 64. They've made, losing 7 wickets in the process of their 10 overs. So a run rate of 6.4.